There was a time, and it wasn't long ago, when Mission Valley was farmland. Photos from the 60s show rows of turnip plants and grazing dairy cows owned by local farmers.
When they built Interstate 8 or 80, back in those days, the deal with the landowner was he still had to get his cows to the river. And so they left a tunnel under it so they could take the cows down to the river, to get their water.
They could go under the freeway.
Under the freeway, yeah. I always wonder whatever happened to the tunnel.
The completion of the I-8 freeway in San Diego in the early 60s was the beginning of the end of that era. The Mission Valley Mall was put in, and the valley became a suburban shopping destination. Now, another shapeshift is on the horizon. Rob Hutzel is a member of the Mission Valley Planning Group and a fourth-generation San Diegan. In Mission Valley, he sees opportunity.
It kind of has gone through this transformation in 1 century from farmland to a regional center that now is transitioning to a community. And that's what's happening. We're seeing a change from the big box retails and those sort of places, which are really important to San Diego still. But now you see 20,000 people living in the community and the expectation to double that population in the next few decades. Where are all those people going to go?
San Diego city officials are hoping to see the answer to that question in a community plan update that's expected to be done by the end of next year. There are a lot of question marks on the landscape. The biggest one may be the future of the Qualcomm Stadium site. But planners and observers seem to agree the valley is bound to become a place to live and one answer to San Diego's housing crisis. The 200-acre Riverwalk Golf Course is planned to become a mixed-use development with more than 4,000 housing units. The soon-to-be redeveloped Town and Country Center will lose some hotel and convention space and become the site of 840 homes. In fact, there's one major housing development that's well underway. Savita has come to the valley.
It brings, I would say, a well-balanced community. It brings in residential, but along with it, it brings in neighborhood services that are and will be an amenity to those residents. It will bring employment area. It brings the first true park to Mission Valley that we're in here in the Savita Park.
The development called Savita is just north of Friars Road on a property that used to be a rock quarry. There is a 14-acre park in the middle of it with a splash pad. It already has a rec center, dog parks, and basketball courts. And it has an array of townhomes, condos, and detached homes that range in price from $400,000 to $1.2 million. Marco Sesa is the point man on the development for Sudbury Properties. He says Savita expects to ultimately have a retail center, a public school, and a population of 9,000 people. Timothy Green, who has lived in Savita for about a year, called Mission Valley a hub that's very convenient.
Anywhere you want to be in San Diego, you can get within 5 to 15 minutes.
His buddy, Doug Parsons, agreed.
Great location. You guys you're right off the freeway. You've got all of the shopping centers to both sides of the complex. Obviously, this is beautiful.
Sesa also serves on the Mission Valley Planning Group.
Mission Valley as a whole really have two really critical components that drive and will shape the past and future of the valley, and that had to do with the location of the trolley and the location of the San Diego River and how development either celebrates or turns its back away from the river.
He says eventually Savita will have a pedestrian bridge across Friars Road to better connect to the Rio Vista Green Line trolley stop. Tomorrow, we'll look at the many connections and places that are sorely needed to make the valley a good place to live. Tom Fudge, KPBS News.